Hello, soul friends. This is Miriam, and welcome back to my channel. Today's Pick a Card reading is all about how this situation that you've gotten yourself in is going to be resolved. How will this situation resolve? I am thinking along the lines of a conflict, okay, of some kind of a conflict in the moment. So we're going to be looking at the situations and then also looking at how they will resolve throughout the reading. Okay, so remember, no matter your individual beliefs, tarot or oracle reading is your spirit guides coming forward to give you advice, or it's just your subconscious mind helping you answer life's ponders. No matter how you look at that, it is healthy and you are in the right place. So for cards, we will be using, these are these ones. And then we will also be using, if you hear a big crash, it's because I dropped all the boxes. As well as and then for our tarot cards, we are going to be using these ones. Okay, for group one, you have the citrine and the jack-o'-lantern card. Group two, you have the night song and the rose quartz. Group three, you have the skeleton and the yellow stone. No clue what that stone is. And group four, you have the werewolf card as well as the gold sheen obsidian. All right. We will see you in your individual readings. Bye. Hello, group one. So if you picked the citrine stone or the jack-o'-lantern card, you picked protection. I don't know if you could read that from so far away and if that's why you picked it. If not, then you intuitively picked it because you, whatever the situation is, it feels like you need protection from it. It feels like someone feels like they're coming to harm you. So let's go ahead and do disclaimers first. If someone is threatening you or you do not feel physically safe, you need to make sure you tell someone, preferably the police, okay? Obviously, you wouldn't want to use a reading to figure out if you're in physical danger. You would want to make sure if you think you might be, it's better to ask the police. Okay. That being said, with the jack-o'-lantern card, for all other situations that aren't pertaining to physical danger, actual real physical danger, true crime danger, they are showing that you do have protection during this time, that this situation is going to resolve, seems like in a way that you will find pleasing or relieving to you, okay? Because you do have protection over you for your current situation. So it feels like, as far as the situations could be, it feels like something along the lines of like somebody messing with you at work, or like maybe somebody getting you in trouble at work, like petty little things like, you know, I don't know, like they falsify reports on you or something like that, or somebody chases you around and then narcs you off for things you didn't even do, or they try to like point the finger of blame at you all the time to deflect off of themselves. I feel like for a lot of, or like for a specific person, I'm like either a lot of people or one specific person is feeling this a lot. I feel like you're dealing with maybe several people that do this in the workplace, or like one person in charge that just allows this sort of thing to go on. And it makes you feel not safe in your workplace. Like you don't feel secure in like if you're being paid enough, or you're not secure in like, you know, your job being secure in general. Like, am I just going to lose my job because somebody does something shady and I'm the one that takes the fall? Those kinds of things. Toxic work environment is definitely coming through really hard. The other thing is like maybe a breakup. Not necessarily romantic, but yes, romance is in there. Gross. Lovebirds make me sick. Anyway. But like romantic as well. So platonic relationships, like breakups in the sense of like you were really close to somebody and now you're not close anymore. And like you were probably so close before that you might have confided things in one another. And now you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Barf. Now what are they going to do? Are they going to hurt me with it? And so that message right off the bat too is that your guides are providing protection for that as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and I want to get some more of these oracle cards because they're so fun. Of just overall energy for your situations. Invisibility, authenticity. Interesting. That's good. If especially for the people that are like, are they going to use those things that I shared against me? I'm seeing that you're going to remain cloaked in your anonymity there. Barmbrack. My goodness. Sweetness and synergy. Okay. So right off the bat, for the people who were worried about like the breakup thing and that person being against you or doing something to like get back at you across the board, I'm not seeing that person's so bitter that they're going to do that. Okay. That they're actually, even though you've broken up or whatever with this person, they are not harboring bad will against you like you think they could be. It definitely feels like most of the people in these situations know that it's like over between you, but they are not gunning for you. Okay, if you are in the situation is, it's over, but now you're wondering what's going to happen. Now it's over between you. Nothing bad is coming as far as that person trying to hurt you or come after you in some way, or enacting revenge against you in some way. As far as like the toxic workplace, I feel like you have protection against whatever current drama is happening. I feel like there's so much drama that I would get mired down trying to go into every situation. Like I feel like stuff as silly as like people rolling their eyes at each other and like whispering behind each other's hands, like Mean Girl high school crap. You just hear the disdain come out in my voice because I'm like, when adults act like that, I'm like, what is your flippant excuse? And the weirdest thing to me, I'm just going to rant here for a second. And since this is your situation, you're going to be listening to me because you're like, I know, right? Or you can skip it. I don't know. But like the thing that gets me about all of this is like, when they're kids and they do little Mean Girl high school things, all the adults are like, oh my gosh, that is so petty. You guys knock that off. No one likes that. Blah, blah. And then as soon as we're all adults, no one calls anybody out for it anymore. Everybody just sits there and has to suck it up because it's authentic to so-and-so. So we all just have to. Has anyone ever noticed that? Give me a shout out in the comments if you've noticed that, because it drives me nuts. It's like when you're like little kids and they like explain to you what a bully is and tell you if somebody's bullying you, you should tell somebody, right? That's very good advice, by the way. But what they should do is flip it. When they're little, they should be like, you stop being a bully. Don't you be a bully to other people. If you see somebody else being a bully, you tell them to stop. And then when they're teenagers, do the whole, hey, if somebody's coming after you, you need to tell somebody. They need to flip the ages. Because like by the time they're in high school and they're like, you better not bully anybody, which is usually the age group where they do it. It's too late. The bullies have already been born. They're already in there, well integrated into their habits. And it's going to be harder to break them of those habits than it would have if they would have done it when they were littler. But that's just my little rant. Let me know in the comments if you related to that. Okay. Let me know in the comments if you're like, hey, don't ever do that again. We found it annoying. Pretentious. I get it. All right. Let's find out what else is happening. How will this situation resolve? Toxic workplace, breakups. Feeling like somebody might come after you. Aw, grief. It is but a mere glimpse of nothingness hidden away deep within the chambers of your morning in the red clovers birthing lost illusion. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, most of you, that this has all happened and come about in a time that made you feel like you needed extra protection, and you're so worried about like something affecting your job or something affecting other areas of your life besides just that relationship or whatever it was, right? That you haven't even had a proper time to like grieve the relationship if you are in the class of people that know your relationship is over. I also feel like the toxic work environment people, if it's like an ongoing thing, I feel like for some of you, there's like this grief of you've held in there for a long time and you're kind of like, what do I have to show for it? I'm still in the exact same boat I was in before. No sure of where I stood before. And like, I totally relate to that energy, and not just in the workplace, y'all. I feel like that's just how, and maybe it's not just me. Maybe this happens to everybody where it's like you build up so much and so much and so much, and then something comes along and knocks it all down, or you look back and realize that all that effort was, not productive in the way that you wanted it to be. All those like pitfalls of life, right? I think it does happen to everyone to a certain extent, but I also feel like if you're somebody in your life that notices patterns, you're going to notice it pretty heavy if it happens to you all the time. And I feel like a lot of you will relate with me in that respect of like feeling like, man, it's not just work. I feel like that with like relationships, my health, my family, my everything, the government, like all of it, society itself. And then if you're somebody that actually remembers your past lives, then it just gets even more hairy after that. So I feel like there's so much constant worry about where, if something's going to come out and get you, and if you need that extra protection, which I'm actually seeing lots of reassurance from your guides that you do have it. They're actually saying that like once you relax, there's some grieving that needs to be done here and there in you guys' situations, okay? And so that was something important that needed to be said in a terrible, mazy way. Elements number 16. Remember to feel the warmth pulsing through her womb. You are a child of mother. True harmony awaits you. I feel like this card is saying that. How do I want to say this? I feel like it's saying that. And I know you know this, but it's like almost like having to stand up for, especially that toxic workplace environment that I keep feeling. I know you know your worth. And cognitively, you know your worth. But when you're in a toxic work environment and there's like, you feel like there's nothing to show for what you've done, that can get draining. I don't care how much of a rock star you are, And so this card is like showing me that your guides are saying, remember who you are. Remember what you bring to the table. Like you might even need to actually sit down. And I know it sounds like a lot of work just to try to feel good. But like when you're in a toxic environment day after day after day, you have to kind of counterbalance that with some positivity. So it might be worth sitting down at the end of the day and being like, this is what I accomplished today at work. This is how I did things at work that nobody else could have done it like that. And then not only do you have like an end of the day pep talk to yourself, you also have documentation that you did your job, because toxic work environments, I get it. A lot of times people do throw you under the bus. I've seen it. I've seen it. And it's infuriating every time. I'm telling you what, man, I'm saying it now. I'm saying it loud. Those of you out there that have suffered through something like that and really got it handed to you by like your workplace in some way, got betrayed by your workplace, by a toxic work environment, let the gods hear me now. They will get what they deserve. In one way or another, justice will be served. They're like, whoa, what did she just do? I don't know. Guess they'll find out, won't they? Like, did she just curse somebody? I don't believe in curses. So no. What else did I want to say? About the relationship thing, yes. I feel like because you were so worried about that, like, person or persons, like, hurting you or harming you, right? I feel like because you've been worried about that, you haven't really been able to just grieve that it's over between you and that person. And so that needs to be done. So, like, being able to let go of that worry and then just kind of go through a grieving process is something that your guides are saying is being delayed by worrying about the stuff that you don't need to worry about. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Number 43, which grab hold, allow the dwelling fire within belly. Awaken all that is, a mere glimpse, a delicate pull, all the very rocks living in the alchemy of self. My goodness. So sorry, I can't ever read the cards. I'm so blind. I'm like going from screen to card to screen. It really starts to mess with my eyeballs. Okay, so yeah, I feel like both of these cards are saying to remember what you bring to the table in all the situations. So if it was a breakup, remember that you brought good friendship to the table, that it's a loss for them, that they should be grieving as well and missing you and being sad that things didn't work out with you just as much as you're sad about things not working out with them, because you're just as important. You are the star of this show. Remember? I say that sometimes. You have to go through life like you're the star of the movie. If you don't watch enough movies, you need to start watching more movies. What do people do that don't watch movies? They're like, we work, make productive livings. I'm like, this sounds like not as fun as watching a movie. That's for sure. Oh gosh, you guys. Okay, what else? Let's get some more oracle cards and then we'll move into some tarot. How will this situation resolve? I'm getting like the distinct feeling that I'm going blind. Recipes, kitchen witchery. Ooh. Ooh. And coven, number 35. I think it says dedication. It does. Hang on, I'm trying to decide. Okay. So what I'm seeing here with this, we're talking about knowing your worth, knowing that it's also a loss for them if it was a loss for you, okay? Knowing that you do bring good things to the table. I'm feeling like your guides in this card are saying like the souls that really matter in your life, in this life and beyond, okay? The gods see you, your guides see you, the souls see you, the vibrational energy feels you doing the right thing. And so they want you to rest with that. Nothing's going to come down and punish you because I feel like you haven't really done anything wrong. Nobody's going to come and harm you. And that's the thing and here's the other, I know people can harm you even if you didn't do anything wrong. I get that very much. And I think that's probably happened a lot with a lot of you. And that's why you're kind of like waiting for that hammer to fall all the time. I can relate. But your guides are showing that you do have like their protection, your own protection. Somebody's guide just said, bake some cookies. That would make you feel better. Some of you might like to bake or just do something in the kitchen that feels warm and earthy, especially during these brisk fall days. Ugh. What else do I want to say? Or like do a little kitchen spell to make you feel better. The freezer spell is always good. If I worry about somebody holding a hammer over my head, like a person trying to get revenge on me or something weird or lying about me or doing something weird, I just put their name in the little scrap of paper, put it in a little bottle and put it in the freezer. And that person just forgets all about me and Shucky darn, I forget all about them, and it's just nice how that works out. Ooh. Wonder if that was important. Oh, good. It came really close to me, so we're going to go ahead and take it. And then I'll just show the deck this came from right now, because it's not one that I was planning on using, so I didn't put it in the intro. It's this deck. And then it was the Two of Cups. Is what fell out. Okay. We'll just sit that there. These are the ones I was actually going to try to use. How your situation will resolve. I feel like there's nothing to resolve. It's mostly just over, but most of you are waiting for this hammer to fall, and it's just not falling. The toxic workplace is going to stay toxic. The breakup thing is just, it is at where it's at. Okay. Your guides are showing that to get past this in all of your situations, like the toxic workplace people, you either need to find a new inspiration that can balance out how this place makes you feel, or you're going to have to quit and get a new job, y'all. Please take it from me. I've seen it. And am I happy in my new work? I don't know, man. It's too early to tell. And it's weird work. But I'm not dead. And I kind of feel like I could have been if I would have stayed where I was. Okay. I can't tell you definitively that I would have made it this far, just physically. Now I have major health issues, blah, 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 blah. But regardless of all that, if you're in an environment that just, a lot of times there can be really good things about your work. It could be like, oh, the management really sucks, but man, I love my coworkers. Or, if you're like in a service position, it's like, oh, well, the management and all my coworkers suck, but, oh, I just love my customers, or my patients or whatever. Okay, but you're going to need to weigh it out. You need something that gives you good inspiration, Page of Wands energy, and doesn't have you dwelling on the bad things, like with Five of Cups. Five of Cups is all about dwelling on the negative instead of on the positive, to the point where even if the positive is outweighing the negative, we can't see it anymore. So your guides are saying if it's getting to that point, that's going to wear on you. It does not matter how much of a rock star you are. It will start to wear. And so some of you might be watching this because you're like, is my workplace ever going to get better? Or is this situation ever going to improve? Across the board, I'm seeing kind of a no. The situation is either completely already over, right? Or it's going to stay kind of toxic, and you need to figure out whether you stay or go, or figure out what you balance it out with. Okay. I do feel with relationships, breakups and whatnot, I know that whenever people break up, most people say, oh my gosh, am I ever going to find someone again? The short answer is yes. The short answer is yes. We all have free will. And if you're on the market, then you're on the market, right? If you take yourself off the market, then you're not on the market anymore. So try to remember that you can always get someone else. Okay. That's not fated. You weren't doomed to just get after that relationship, that's it. And you just don't get a relationship anymore. Okay. We need to bat that little thought right out of your heads with that Two of Bats. So yeah, don't stick yourself down. That's so funny. It's Two of Swords. Don't mire yourself down with thoughts of oh, it's over for me now. Like if you lost a partner, or you lost a friend, or you lost a job. I'm seeing that in a lot of cases, yes, there's things that aren't going to be coming back. So if you're oh, we're broken up, and how is this situation going to resolve? Well, yes, of course you're going to find somebody else. Okay. Or people change minds and come back, that kind of thing. What I'm mainly feeling is that the current situation and how it's going to resolve for this group is that the damage is already done and people have already started to move on. And your guides are telling you that you brought a lot to the table, that you need to take time to grieve what's gone and then to move forward and try to find this new thing. If you're in like a toxic environment that hasn't changed and won't change, then you need to figure out a way to exist in that environment or figure out a way to move out of that environment. But staying right where you are isn't going to work, because you're either just going to stay mired down in like, oh, I'm broken up, I'm single now, right? Or, oh, it's toxic and it's never going to get better, right? It's got to be something along the lines of moving into an energy of, yes, my toxic work environment really was a drain until I balanced it out with, or my toxic work environment was really a drain until I quit, got a new job, right? Etc. and so forth. I'm just saying, or, yeah, I was really sad that my breakup happened, but now I met someone new, right? Or I deserve somebody that knows what I bring to the table, right? And that, you, of course, are sad about that person, just like they should be sad about losing you. Yes. Okay, moving on. Broken record, Miriam, saying things over and over again that I don't need to. 6 of Cups in reverse. The Hermit. I love this Hermit card so much. It's so cute. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So your guides are basically showing like how the situation will resolve. It's a live and learn situation. I really don't see like a lot of like people being held to blame or somebody coming after you more than they already have. Okay. And that's the other thing, that hammer hanging over the heads of people. Like you broke up with somebody, they're going to tell everybody the sensitive information you gave them. Like, no. Okay. I don't see anybody coming after you in a sense that's going to keep you on your toes, right? Your guides are more showing that the situation is already over and nothing worse is going to happen, or it's just still going to kind of suck the way it has been sucking. And you either need to figure out a way to live with it and still find joy in your life, or find an exit strategy. But as far as like something bad coming out of the situation, they're saying to let down that worry. Like really what you need to do right now is just like relax and feel like any sorrow that you need to feel and get out of your system, go ahead and feel that now. That's what they're telling me with that. What else? Okay. And now, beyond the situation, my friends, let's just see what we have to look forward to in the near future. Oh, see, I see fear for the future. But the Moon card is about letting go of that fear. Sorry, that was the Halloween card. That was the title card. Alright, let's get you a real card of things to look forward to. Remember I was talking about those people worrying about a hammer coming down on you? 7 of Swords literally shows that person getting away from the hammer, and so, or the fear of the future, right? They're getting away scot-free. And so I feel like your guides are showing you that the future's turning out just fine. It's turning out just like you need it to. And Ace of Wands, new inspiration is going to come in. New magic, wonderful things are always going to happen. And the situation is what it is. And I feel like a lot of you knew it was over, but you were just like, man, or you at least knew that it was like a bad situation, right? For the toxic work people. But like, it just feels like you were worried that it's going to get worse, right? I don't feel like anything's going to get worse. But I do feel like if it's a toxic workplace, that's not going to change. I feel like the breakups are going to stay broken up, and that those are all for the good reasons, but like you are going to move forward, and like you are grieved to those that you are gone from. Okay, let me know if this was helpful in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you would like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. Thank you, my friends. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, group 2. So if you picked the Quartz and the Night Song Hidden Talents card, then we are going to talk about your situation and how it will be resolved. So what I'm seeing automatically with the resolution is the hidden talents part of the card, and also the luck of the particular bird that this is. What is that, like a cardinal? Don't quote me on that. I know nothing about birds or rocks, okay? I didn't pay decent attention in science class 40 years ago, y'all. All right? It just didn't stick. But I do know that there's luck associated with that. And then hidden talents is also like you pulling something out of your sleeve in the last minute. And I don't want you to be like, oh, no, that means I have to think of something. No. I feel like when it comes to like hidden talents, a lot of times they're hidden from even us, and they reveal themselves just at the right time. That's what I'm feeling, is like good magic energy like that. So in a nutshell, the short good news is that I feel like your situation will resolve well right off the bat, and that you are the one who is going to make it all be okay. Okay. The other cards, their group did not get as many cards, but I'm just going to go with what I feels. Yes, Skull of Light illumination. Something coming up and illuminating right in the right moment. Hearth happiness in our hearts and homes. I feel like for some of you, the situation will resolve in the home. Like you'll find something like, okay, for example, if some of you are dealing with a lost object, it could be in your home. Okay. Look at the card for details of clues of where it could be near something like candles or rocks or a stove or whatever. A hearth, if you will. It could be, did you hide it by the gargoyle again? Every time. Okay. But like, I'm also thinking in the line of the situation could resolve within the home. Like there's somebody in your home that's going to be the key, or it's within yourself, that's going to become very clear very quickly to you how it's going to resolve, and you're just going to resolve it. Okay. It's just going to pop right into your mind. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. We have Apple, risk and reward. And then we have eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. Okay. I feel like if some of you are worried about a relationship in some way, that's definitely a big indication that whatever the relationship is, romantic, platonic, personal, professional, it is okay. That this is a transcends time kind of situation, if that's something you're worried about. I feel like, what else? I don't know if you just heard that, but it was very loud, and I'm like, whoa. Sound like something just hit the side of my house. Hopefully it was just a deer. But in any event, I'm going to go check. I have no clue what that was. Alrighty. So other things with your situation resolving. I feel like maybe for some, like you're just trying to figure out like what you're going to do for a job or what you're going to do with your life. And you might not even know what that entails. Like you do like a hobby or like a career, and you're like, I don't even know that much. I've been there. I'm there all the time. I've never not been there. I've gone my whole life feeling that way. So in any event, if that's what is happening with you, your guides are showing like the illumination and the hidden talents that you have just popping up, something happening within your home. Like the stupid, Wizard of Oz thing of like, oh, she always could go home when she was here. I just didn't tell her, the stupid magic fairy lady didn't tell her. She could have just gone home whenever she wanted to. I feel like it is going to be kind of a forehead slapper. And like the whole reason that your guides are showing it happening that way is because that's going to show you what your hidden talent is. It's going to bring together the aha moment of, yes, this is why it went down the way it went down. But let's see if we can get you some more hints as to how the situation will resolve as we go forward. It feels like, like life plans or like worrying about a relationship, worrying about maybe a lost object of some kind. Like if you lost your wedding ring or something like that, I feel like that's definitely going to resolve well. Okay. Voices number 42, with a tug at the gut, feel them romance your very breath. Listen to the gentle thickening, flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. Again, with the lost object feeling. So funny, because usually if people are like, can you give me a reading on a lost object? I'm like, I cannot. Please don't even ask me. I mean, you can ask me, but I guarantee you that I cannot give you the answer in a way that's going to make sense. Like it might make sense later, but it's not going to make sense to me ever. And it might not ever make sense to you. But I am feeling like your guides are helping people. Like I feel like someone might have lost like a piece of jewelry that got given to them. It doesn't have to be an engagement or wedding ring, but like it feels like maybe it was important. And to the point of like losing the thing might hurt your relationship with somebody. Like it doesn't even have to be jewelry. It could be like something that, this could be a metaphor for something. Okay, hopefully I'm still making sense. But if that's the case, your guides are showing that being that regardless of what the situation is, you're not going to lose a person over it. Yes, there's my words. But if it's a lost object, the voices are also going to tell you where it is. So that's also being put in there. Okay, I was shuffling, but this card spoke to me. It was on the bottom. Elders, birthed from seed within the belly of the moon, they are the wise felt touches over our hearts and felt deep within the marrow of our spirits. Elders. Or if you lost it, like, your grandmother's priceless, I don't know, whatever, and you're like, oh, she would be so disappointed in me if she knew. Even if she's like gone, that's also a reassurance that even if you never found the thing, this person would not be disappointed in you. They wouldn't want you to worry about it forever and ever, even if it stays gone forever. But your guides are also saying that it's not lost forever. They're going to try to help you find it if it's a lost object. I'm so uncomfortable with the lost object scenario because I do not do lost objects. Oof. Please don't hold me accountable for that. This is your guides, not me. All right, still looking. Seduction number 35. Hear the roaring flames within the masterful trance that calls upon heaving chest. Give in to its alluring grip, if you please, but heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. Well, isn't that dark and mysterious? And chock full of nudity, I just realized. You crazy girls. Okay, seduction. Okay, hang on a second. I'm thinking. Okay, the message that came through just then was like somebody out there almost goes into a trance sometimes at night and you wake yourself up because you're worried you're going someplace bad. Your guides are saying to go ahead and just like let yourself go there, or that you should let yourself go there. But then they also like warn, like, but be careful. And then reiterate, the very things that you're probably afraid of, which is like things that like don't meddle with that stuff. If you don't understand what's going on, there might be other stuff waiting over there that's not good. All of that is true. And so if you're not skilled in any of that, you should kind of like read up on it. If you are skilled in that sort of thing and you still just don't allow yourself to go into trance because you worry, but you're skilled and know how to protect yourself, your guides are saying that you should go ahead and let yourself go there. Okay. I know that's a very specific message, so just take that for whoever that was for. I don't think it had anything to do with the lost object or the other situations of like trying to find your way in the world. I'm just double checking. Hang on. Sorry for going in and out. It's hard to try to get all the different angles. Yeah, we're good. Okay. This one I've been holding for a while. Haunted 21. The breaking of the floor beneath your naked feet. The creaking of the walls. As the cold kisses flesh, you're never really alone when in the company of hauntings within bone. I feel like this is for the people who lost something, that are worried about the person who has passed away being upset with them for losing it, like an elder of some sort. Your guides are reassuring you that like the only thing haunting you is that thought. That no spirit guide who loved you is going to come and haunt you because you lost their special pen or whatever. Like, the only person who cares about that object is you. The people who passed on, like, the object was only a thing to help you. Okay. So, what else? No one's turning away from you in these situations. Okay. No one is going to abandon you in any of these situations. What else? Spirit. This card should I even grab? I don't even know anymore. I feel like I'm about to go into trance. Altar number 2, a sacred devotion, a worship skin deep, rising from the ash, the waters you keep. Okay, again, I feel like if you're worried about a guide or a person who's passed or an older person being upset with you in this situation, you're not going to be abandoned by them. It's okay. Okay, let's go ahead and grab some more oracle. And then we'll get some tarot. Sorry, I don't do objects, man. High Priest. Authority. I feel like I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing. And I hope you heard that voice just now, because I don't want to just sound crazy. And if you didn't hear it, then... But I want your guide to know I wasn't being mean or anything. I just feel like if you're worried about losing something, I'm not laughing at you for losing it. And I feel like if you feel like something's really gone like that, it's like devastating to you. Okay. But there's no authority over you that's going to like do anything to you. No one's mad at you. Okay. And if it's like a live person thing, like if you really did lose your wedding ring, like this would show reassurance that your spouse is going to forgive you. They're not going to like divorce you forever or like send you a bill or sue you for, you know, the amount of money that the ring cost them or anything like that. Sorry for trying to be quiet. I keep hearing like voices and I keep trying to listen to what they're saying, but then I don't want it to pause forever and you're like, man, she's crazy. I am crazy. You can go ahead and put that little baby to bed if you're wondering. Forager, self-reliance. Remember how we were talking about those hidden talents getting you through? I feel like that's for the people who are... there's so much lost object stuff in my brain. It's driving me crazy. Okay, so the lost object people, I feel like you're going to find your object. And your guides are going to help you, but you're also going to just magically figure it out all on your own. Okay? For those of you that are worried about like how your life is going and what that situation entails, like I feel like it's job stuff. I also feel like it's just where do you want to go? What do you want to do with your life? You know, kind of just all over the place kind of stuff. That answer is also coming. Those of you that lost an object that are worried that a past loved one is looking over and they want to get you, they're not going to come get you and punish you. Okay. But I feel like with the Forager card, that's just more reassurance from your guides that this answer is going to be like an aha moment, and I really hope you'll tell me what it is in the comments. Long after this is over, I'm never going to delete any of these. I'm just, you know why? It takes too long. I can barely even make them to put them on. Pentagram talisman. See, I feel like, okay, if some of you have the lost object thing going on and you're like, but I have to have it because it has power in it for whatever, luck, and I don't feel safe without it, etc. and so forth. I want to reassure you again, and your guides want to reassure you as well with this card, that objects themselves have no power. They have nothing inside. It is us and our energy that gives it the power. Okay? So things only are given power that we give power to. So take whatever luck you need for that object, you know, call the object back to you, but do call the energy that it was giving you back automatically anytime you lose something, because none of that stuff resided inside that object anyway. And if it does stay there, you can call it back to you. Yes. Oh, Nelly. And listen to your intuition. You are a conduit for psychic energy, your guides are saying. And you do have the ability inside of you to actually unlock and find your own lost objects. I know it feels like I would be yelling at my computer or my phone or my TV by now and being like, I didn't watch this because I could find that object myself, Miriam. Well, I'm sorry. That's your guide's message. Let's get you some tarot cards to see how else this weird situation is going to resolve. Oh my gosh. Like, note to self, never do this topic again. 10 of pumpkins. That's 10 of cups. Is it 10 of cups? I believe it is. No, I think ghosts are cups. 10 of pentacles. Okay. Page of wands. I know, I'm like, just call them what they are, people. I gotta help myself. I can barely even remember the cards' names themselves. Strength. I know that one, thank God. Page of pentacles. Four of pentacles. Seven of swords, Two of Swords, okay. Okay, I just went and checked and made sure that yes, the pumpkins are pentacles and bats are swords. All right, so let's just back this on up a little bit so we can see a little more. Okay, and we'll just talk about these. So for the situation and how it resolves, 10 of Pentacles is about as good a news as you could get. Same thing with the Page of Wands and Strength. And this. And the reason being is because the 10 of Pentacles shows a happy family that have enough money. They have enough what they need. They have generational wealth. And so it's like a happy ending card, but not just happy ending for the immediate situation. It's like happy ending for the people who aren't even born yet. They're going to be born into that awesome luck. Okay. So that's a very, very good indication that all the situations involved are going to resolve in a good way. The Page of Wands is about like an aha moment, realizing, or like beginner's luck, or, you know, getting news that's great just in the nick of time, etc. and so forth. And so that card coming up also makes me feel hopeful for all the lost object people, but also hopeful for those that were trying to find direction in some way, in the sense that you are going to find it as soon as the moment is right. So again, with that hidden talents and illumination cards that we had way back in the day when we were different people. And we hadn't gotten mired down with like, oh, are we doing a lost objects reading? I think we might be. It's like this idea of like finding that illumination in the darkness and knowing the way suddenly. Okay. And finding it without help, beginner's luck, right? Just knowing the way all of a sudden. So if you're like, I don't even know where to begin, your guys are saying that's okay. You're exactly where you need to be. The Strength card also reiterates that positivity of the situation turning out well, of the person having all the strength they need to get through it. The Page of Pentacles is about good news coming in. It's also about, you know, that beginner's energy of beginning, but beginning well. Okay. And having all of the luck of the 5 elements just from the get-go. And so that's also a very good thing. With the 4 of Pentacles, that shows me the protection element of there is protection over you during this time. With the 7 of Swords and the 2 of Swords, your guides are showing me that all is pretty well. The only person that can mess this up is you, by not doing anything, or by just going out of your way to like really mess it up. Like, I don't know. You know, if you're hoping to get a job and the reading was saying, oh, it's all going well, the only person they're like, what, you could mess it up. That'd be like if you went in and did something just in front of everybody to totally break your contract, right? That would probably lose you that job. Okay. That they're literally showing me that much of an extreme to try to calm you down. I know, and I feel like a lot of you are screaming at the screen right now because you're like, I don't want to just like know that the answer is just going to pop in there. I want to know what the answer is right now. I totally get that. I'm just saying that's not what happened in this reading. Your guides are saying it is coming, but it's going to come to you, and you're going to figure it out, and you're going to know what your hidden talents are. I know that that's like the biggest cop-out sounding thing ever, but here we are. It's just a pick a card reading. What can I say? They're your guides, not mine. If this was helpful in some way, tell me out in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. All right, we will see you in the next one, my friends. Take care. Bye. Hello, group 3. If you hear me laughing, it's because my camera and my table won't cooperate with me. You picked the little yellow rock and the skeleton strength card. Let's talk about your situations first off. So first off, the main thing I'm getting is I am getting some health vibes. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, and if you use this for actual medical advice, then you're crazy just like me. Do not listen to me for actual medical advice, period. But that being said, health-wise, I also suffer from like major awful health things that I have to go to real doctors for no matter what. And it sucks. And so right off the bat, I feel like I want to say I'm sorry if you're not feeling well. I'm also feeling like that there's some kind of a thing with like hereditary, like maybe you inherited some kind of a disease, or you worry about, like coming down with something that a lot of other people in your family were brought down by. This could be physical. This could also be mental health kind of stuff. Like maybe you have a lot of like mental health in your family and it took down a lot of people. Like maybe it manifested into like self-harm or like, addiction, of some kind, or some kind of self-sabotage, that type of energy, I feel like. And so I feel like your guides are saying across the board with this first card being strength is that you have strength deep down into the marrow of your bones just on your own to get through whatever this situation is across the board, whatever your situations are. Okay. So that's the first message that I wanted to say. Let's find out what else they want to say to you. Spider community and web weaving. I feel like for a lot of you, there could be like some kind of community involvement, like GoFundMes or things like that. Sorry, that's a client. So for those of you with like health issues and whatnot, if, regardless of whether or not you actually get like a real GoFundMe going or what, I am seeing like the community around you pitching in some way, that the community in whatever your given situations are. So like that could be somebody like, helping with childcare, or could be someone just, how communities just kind of pitch in here and there. I do feel that being a thing for you, a way that this will resolve. What else? If it's not health stuff, what I'm also seeing there is this, this community involvement of, it's like, gosh, this is hard to explain. There's something about your history as a person that taps into your inner strength that's going to help you through this situation that's not a health situation. Okay, it's like the hereditary type thing. Some of you, I felt, were worried that you were going to come down with something that your family had, whether that's literal medical or not. For the not literal medical, I feel like the community and web weaving card, the message for you is that you were not just in a vacuum with those people. Just because they ended up a certain way doesn't mean that you're going to end up the same way. It's like people being like worried that they're going to turn out bad just like their parents, like you are not fated to that. That is not something, that's not how this situation is going to come out. Okay. That is something that your guides want you to hear. Let's keep on keeping on. The Apple card, risk and reward. I feel like your guides are showing you that you have rewards coming, that it's not going to be a situation resolving and you just walking away hurt and unappreciated, or walking away with nothing to show for your efforts. Yes. Okay. Moving along. Let's get some more oracle cards. It's for you. I'll definitely fill these 4. Okay. Oh my goodness. 5 then. Or however many are here. We have the underworld, number 40. Hand over your known. A shift is near. Okay. Take a leap. Your journey is clear. Interesting. I'm like, I'm going to get back to that because I'm not. They're like, your journey is clear. I'm like, that card's not to me right now. Like, the heck does that even mean? Let's get the rest of the cards first. Cauldron number 10. Bewitching you it be, blink and you shall see a bubbling desire left in the brewing rain. Number 10. We have the veil. I'm going to read this over here and then I'll bring it back for you. Maybe, good grief, I can't see it no matter where I am. It's quite possible your eyes have become the fog in which you dwell, a half-swallowed glimpse of all that you truly are or can be, that the tears you bleed are ready for the storms to turn the skies inward. I'll hold that up for you to be able to look at on your own. Okay. We have frog. May the lily beneath your breasts allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. I also apologize for my sniffling. I'm just a sniffling person. Journey number 24. Daughters of our mother, walkers of the unknown, take with you on this journey all that you own. I just realized her little booty is showing. I don't know if that's something I'm supposed to let you see. A spider again, you spidery creatures. Number 37. What a wild... What a wild web we weave, dear child. A delicious mystery untamed. Well, well. Spiders. Okay. So going through these and your situations, I feel like whatever the meaty... detailed parts of your situations are, that spider energy is really calling to me in the sense that the spider and the strength card as well is this message of self-reliance, of being able to just take care of things yourself and getting through anything on your own steam. And that is the promise that your guides are showing with this situation, is that it's going to resolve well and it's going to come from you regardless of how you go about doing it. That being said, let's unpack some more. After I paused it because I had to cough really bad. They're showing that this shift is coming towards you, and even though it doesn't feel like it right now you feel like you're very stuck, and that's possibly why you're like scouring YouTube for readings on what the heck to do in your situation, or how is this situation going to resolve? Like, is your health going to get better? Are you going to end up terrible just like your parents? Like, are you going to end up getting sick just like your poor parents? That kind of situation. Your guides are showing that there's a shift in your knowledge that's coming towards you, that you are going to get information that you did not have before that's going to shine light on what you need. Okay, and that's part of what's going to help resolve your situation. So if it's a health situation, the knowledge would be like, oh, if somebody gives you the name of a new doctor or a new treatment, or your doctor calls with news about some new, test that we didn't have before, etc. and so forth. It's like you are, and then with the cauldron card, this idea of like these two worked really hard on whatever they put into this cauldron, and they're going to reap the rewards of what they've put together. Okay. And your guides were showing with these cards as well. Remember how I was saying they were promising that you aren't going to walk away unrewarded for your hard work. The same thing with the spider energy is that, and the strength energy is that you have what it takes to make it forward and to make it through. Your guides are showing with the veil card that it could just be your own eyesight is failing you if you're feeling like you can't see your way. Okay. And that just is like a fancy schmancy way of your guides saying to believe in yourself, to believe in the fact that you are going to figure it out, that the answer is going to come to you. Frogs are lucky in my world. And so I feel like your guides are also just giving you more reassurance, and that this not knowing is just part of the journey, and that knowledge is coming towards you, and that you are going to find your way, that you are going to be rewarded for all that hard work you've been doing. Weesh, let's get you some tarot. My Atlanta, my friends. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Knight of Swords. See those two sticking out right there? We're taking them. The Two of Pentacles. Oh, there's three. Justice. Three of Swords. Right. Okay, we're going to scoochies. And then I'll pan back again. The King of Cups in the reverse. And the Two of Cups upright. Where are we at here? Okay. There we go. Sort of. All right. So let's talk about these cards here, my friends. We see, first off, with the Four of Pentacles, this is a card about protection. It does talk about like saving money and being responsible, but it also talks about flow, like going with the flow. So saving money, but also spending a little bit of money just to kind of keep things even Stevens and going forward. It is also a card about hard work paying off, or like saving paying off, etc. Right? Or things that you put away in your bank being protected, and that you don't have to shield yourself or feel afraid. The Six of Wands is about victory and being admired. The Knight of Swords is about speaking your truth, taking truthful action, accepting reality for how it is or for how you perceive it, right? The Two of Pentacles is juggling two things at once, but it's about finally choosing between the two things that you're juggling. Yes. Justice is about getting what you want. It's about the right person coming out on top. It's about things going well. Three of Swords is about heartache and feeling like hurt. King of Cups in the reverse is about like emotional fulfillment not happening. I feel like for those of you who feel like someone might have hurt you along the way in this journey, your guides are showing a healing, either like a forgiveness happening between you, or finding somebody to fill the shoes of that person that hurt you, or finding some kind of balance to what is causing you heartache in this situation. I feel like possibly in like the case of people with health issues, a lot of times people can let us down pretty hard when we have health problems, because a lot of times people just don't know what to say and they just don't say the right things. It's also just part of like human mentality, which is like a weird herd mentality, to sort of like peck to death anybody in the herd that's unhealthy or whatever. It's very bizarre and it's hurtful. There's nothing like more hurtful than finding out who your true friends weren't, you know, especially when you've already been kicked down by your health getting bad or something like that. Okay. What I see though is that your guides are also making promises that even though you have it all within yourself to make it through this current situation that you're in, and it's going to resolve through you figuring things out, they're showing that you're not going to be alone during this, that there's people and allies coming towards you. Okay. And that is the main thing that they want you to walk away with, is this idea that you do have it within you to do it on your own. So don't worry about sitting and waiting for other people. But at the same time, you aren't going to, there's going to be people popping up in unexpected places. And there are people who do still see you and admire you, even if you can't see them at the moment. Okay, that is all I have for you. And I think, wait a minute. Did I not give you any of these? Oh, gosh, darn it. You thought I was done. I thought I was done. But I am not. All right, let's go ahead and grab you these ones that kind of like spread out underneath as we went forward. Okay, we have Not Magic Binding. I feel like your guides are saying with this card that this situation will go well. It's like a binding resolution that it's going to be like they're guaranteeing you a good outcome. And then we have Witches of the Craft. That says proficiency, but I could be wrong. Nope, it does. Okay. The Maiden with Innocence. And the Horned God with Virility. Lots of strength. The Strength card you got first off, this is a Strength card. I'm also seeing, like, remember how we were talking about friends coming out and helping in unexpected places in your situation? That is also, it's like things are going to come about innocently. You're not even going to understand until it happens. And so I'd love you if you gave me comments later on how it resolves. They're showing that with these cards that you've already solidified a good outcome for yourself. But they are still showing that there are gentler, kinder souls around you who are going to be there for you. Yes, yes. Okay, that is all I have for you. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. And then if you would like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. We'll see you in the next one, my friends. Take care. Hello, group 4. So if you picked the Werewolf and the Obsidian Stone, the first thing that came into my mind when I thought about the situations and I saw the card and whatnot is that some of you are kind of like, it's like you're kind of like, I don't know, what am I trying to say? I apologize for the dinging. It's my messages. I'm so popular. Aren't I the popular one? Y'all gotta start telling me what my movies are that I quote all the time. Hurting my feelings. Anyway, I'm feeling like some of you might be so mad or so emotional about like the situation that you're wondering about, that you almost want to like, not really, if you really feel this way, you need to call somebody, like the police, but like, tear somebody apart, or just like go crazy. Like, how like when teenagers are told by their parents, like, you better not do it. And they're like, oh, that makes me want to do it even more. I feel that kind of energy for some of you. Like some of you might be having a hard time like holding still about it. That's definitely coming through. Some of you are giving me the vibe that the situation is making you want to go wild in a different kind of way. Like maybe somebody has accused you of something so many times that you feel like maybe you should just go do it. Like, for example, I don't know if this is for sure yet, but this would definitely be a confirmation if this is why you clicked on. Say you were like in a relationship and your partner keeps accusing you of cheating, but you haven't. And you're like, maybe I should just do it and that'll show them, that kind of going wild that way. Or going wild with like, oh, I don't know, when I was like a kid, everybody always thought that I was going to be a druggie. And so one day I was like, I'm just going to try it all, man. That was a stupid idea. But it was like an expectation that people had of me. And so my adolescent brain was like, well, why don't I just give the people what they want, and go wild and do all the things they're accusing you of. It's not the best energy to tote about or make decisions on, but I'm using that as an example so that you can kind of recognize it if you're falling into that camp, because sometimes we don't recognize that we've gotten to that spin out of like, we're at the scale goes to 10, but we're at like a 15, when it comes to like anger or just like frantic trying to do something about, I call that like grasping for control mode. And it might be something we don't actually have all control over, okay? And so I feel like that kind of frenzy going with the situation to begin with. So if that's the case, then you're definitely in the right spot. Let me see if there's something else coming through with that werewolf. I also get like a fear of the future, a fear of the situation not playing out how you want it to. Like feeling like it's that important, like it's very important for it to turn out how you want it to turn out. Okay. Like I get, you're like, not just, you're like, no, but you don't understand. Like I get it. If it's, I get it's a big deal. Okay, let's get some more of these. So we're getting 3. Ooh. Okay, we have spider with community and web weaving. The owl, wise seeing, wise action. The moon with that fear of the future. I think with the owl being able to see at night and everything, your guides are reassuring you that you're going to see things. It's not going to be like, you're not going to be blindsided kind of energy. Black cat, fortune meets opportunity. Okay, so good luck meets good opportunity, right? So that's very reassuring from your guides. Alrighty, so let's talk a little bit about the spider and the community and web weaving. I feel like with some of you, that wild frenzy feeling of not knowing what to do or being so upset with someone, you might feel like it's like you against the world in some cases. There are people who see things from your perspective if you're in that kind of a struggle, like in a struggle with other people's views and opinions of you possibly. That's something that your guides want you to know. If that's what's keeping you from being able to hold still, there are people that do understand what the real deal is, okay? And there are people on your side. I'm also seeing with the wise seeing, wise action, your guides are showing that you're going to see the right turns and ways and options that you have coming towards you for your situation. So whatever you have control over, you are going to see it in time. You're not going to F it up, right? You're not going to like fumble at the last minute. That's what I meant by F, fumble, right? That you'll have good luck and you'll take good opportunity when you see it. You'll recognize it and you'll go for it. Okay. And so that's definitely something your guides wanted you to hear as far as your situation goes. The rest of it might be situational things that you do not have control over. And those things are the things that you have to kind of let go of. So with the frenzied, oh, what do I do? Like, I'll give you a little tidbit of advice. If you can, you find a way to stand still for at least 90 seconds, okay? And during that time, if you need something to do, you visualize roots growing out of your feet down to the core of the earth, and they grip a hold and hang on, and you can imagine golden energy coming up and through your feet and filling up your body, or you can just imagine that it's just holding you there, okay? There's lots of different cultures and ways that use grounding is what it's called. And that will kind of help pull you out of that frenzied, can't sit down, can't hold still. You know, this is the 15th, YouTube video you've watched, and oh my word, none of you are giving me the answers that I want, how this is going to turn out, and I get that. When you get into that frenzied energy, there's nothing you can do but climb walls. I mean, you can't even do that. You know what I mean? And I feel bad saying that because when I feel like that, people saying that to me does not make me feel better. But it's just the gosh darn truth, my friends. But let's move on to some more oracle cards. So I feel like for some, you might just need to take a breath right now even and ground yourself now. Healer number 22. I'm going to pull this away so I can read it. Wait, I can see it kind of. Listen as the medicine bleeds through her teeth, a river of mercy blessed by mother, seen only by those who hold her mirror. Ooh. What's that right there? I like this one. Oh, the veil. I keep getting this card today. It's quite possible your eyes have become the fog in which you dwell, a half-swallowed glimpse of all that you truly are or can be, that the tears you bleed are ready for the storm to turn the sky inward. I feel like this card is about like knowing your own abilities and your own worth, and your own like ingenuity and strength to get through hard times and hard situations. I feel also that your guides are telling you that if like you've gotten to that point of there's no way out, I can't see the way out, everything's gonna be bad, they're saying that that's not true, that you're just not seeing it, that you're getting frenzied again into that wild mentality of not being able to hold still and figure it out. You got to be quiet like a spider and like the pretty little quiet owl when it's gliding through the night. And wait for your opportunities to come, to sit and be quiet and wait. This guy's not quiet, right? These guys can be. Okay? See what I'm saying? See how the candle is out and she's still going forward? It's like your guides are saying that you do have the ability to like still yourself and listen, and then that's going to bring that answer to you for your current situation, and that's going to help you resolve that current situation. Okay, let's do some more shuffling. Third harvest, 38. Daughters of the woods, fill thy sacred swell with suppleness. Taste the gathering of honey's milk, filling your emptiness. I feel like some of you need to sit down and make yourself some tea when you get into that frenzied feeling. Your guides are also showing something about some of you going out into the woods and finding your answer that way. Like maybe going and finding like a quiet time to sit and reflect will help you through your various situations. Black cat, number 7. You got that other cat too. That's crazy. There's a curious journey into the depths of the unknown, hidden so deep that only the brave will gracefully return with light in their eyes and shadow leading home. The 2 cats. That's crazy. I like synchronicities like that. See, I feel like I know that it's awful that your guides aren't giving you like the whole pretty picture of on Tuesday, your situation will resolve by you getting a check in the mail for $1 million. I'm sorry, that's not how it's coming out. But they are showing that you are going to calm yourself down. And when you do calm yourself down, you're going to see something you weren't seeing before. That somebody's going to help you in the community, that you do have those around you who will help you. That hope is going to spring into action when you least expect it, etc. and so forth. Frog, may the lily beneath your breasts allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning crooks. Again, yeah, like being still and waiting. Do you know? And some people know this, some people don't. In some Native American cultures, instead of like astral projecting out of their bodies to go like learn things, right? Learn wisdom things, to meditate and learn crazy, universal truths and whatnot. Rather than go about it that way, they would actually sit within a protective circle and just wait for something to come to them in a way that they're not going to like miss it. And then they know for sure that whatever they saw was real and not just them searching for something. And then I feel like that is something that some of you needed to hear specifically for what to do. As far as like, because I feel that whole just, like even trying to figure out what to do magically, like even like looking to see, is someone putting a curse on me? What is happening? And there are just some things that are out of our control, but your guides want you to understand that you don't have to go out and find the answers, that the answers sometimes come to us. Yes. Okay. You get these cards before I forget, and then we'll get your tarot. I tried to do it a different way the last time, and boy, I almost forgot those poor people. Ooh, I feel this whole chunk right here. And this one. And this one. We have familiar spirit with assistance. Remember, we were talking about the community spirit and getting help in unlikely places. Finding the answers in unlikely spots. Forager, self-reliance. Remember how we were talking about how you do have what it takes to get through. Mother, fulfillment. For some of you, I feel like maybe there was like a specific, like if your mom has passed, there's definitely, she's just like letting us know that she's near. Okay. I'm also getting like just a little bit of a, if you're not trying to get pregnant right now, maybe be careful. Okay. There could be some fertility going around, catching some baby bumps. What else? Some of you, that familiar spirit and community spirit and spider spirit could be like your mom helping you out in your given situation. I feel that is a specific message for a few. Maiden with innocence. I feel like if you kind of just sit and wait, something's going to come along and take care of you. Now, I'm not saying to give up. Please be practical here, people. I'm not saying it so dramatically. It's like, sit and wait. Don't go to the doctor and find out why you've had, like, you've lost 45 pounds in the last week and you're coughing up blood, Sit and wait and don't go to the doctor. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, like, sometimes in other practical matters, like, say, you're trying to lose weight and you are in a situation like a job where everybody eats a lot together, or a family where everybody eats a lot together, or a combination of both of those things, and then you just also like to eat by yourself. Right? That one of the ways that some people get through that is they just don't feed themselves, because they know that opportunity is going to get shoved into their face eventually by like 6 or 7 other people and just temptation itself and all of that. And so they like just let the like stuff come to them. Does that make sense? That's like a weird, pretty benign like life hack that I'm trying to throw in with that maiden energy of like, I don't know, or like when you're a teacher and you're a female teacher and you're only 5'2" and you only weigh 110 pounds and you work in a high school building. Well, anytime you need to carry something heavy at work, you really don't need to hurt yourself to do that. There's like no shortage of people around that will carry your stuff for you. That kind of maiden energy. So not sitting back and just waiting for someone to help you, but like leaning back and letting the things that you know, or the people that you know who want to help, let them help you, right? Let certain things come to you and figure themselves out. You don't have to figure it all out. When you're doing like your meditation on it, instead of trying to go out of your body and go find the answer, maybe stay in your body and put a protective circle around yourself and ask it to come to you. Okay? That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about with that maiden energy. And then we have coven with dedication. Again, I keep getting that community spirit of people coming and helping you with your situation in ways you weren't expecting. It might be whole new people you haven't met yet. A lot of times, you could be in one of those situations where you feel like everyone is letting you down. Those doors close and then other doors open, new people come through. You just have to sort of be patient and trust that new doors will open for you. Okay, let's get you some cards. The Strength card. That's about healing, about resilience, about positive outcomes. The Page of Pentacles. Good news comes in with this card. Oof, celebrations happen with this card. That's all very good information for situations turning out well. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. The Wheel of Fortune. And 9 of Cups. So with the Ace of Swords in reverse, not Ace of Pentacles. All this card is warning you about is because you're in that frenzied mode a little bit with that werewolf energy, remember? when you're in that frenzy like that, it's best not to reach out to anyone verbally at that time. And it's not because you don't need help, it's just because you have a really hard time sounding calm and sane. I have the same problem. Okay. When you're in that mode, everybody, I mean, like, you're just going to do better if you're not in that mode. So try to ground yourself and get to a point where you can actually have a calm conversation with the people you do have to talk to in order to get through the challenges that are facing you in this situation. Okay. But you've got such good things coming towards you. All right. But that's like the one cautionary thing that your guides are saying. And that's like a pretty sound advice for everyone. Honestly, we all get to that point of just like flipping out. We all have triggers that get us there in different ways, and different people that trigger that type of reaction as well. So everybody gets there though. The Wheel of Fortune is showing that this is going to turn out well. This is a lucky time, that you are in the right place at the right time. The 9 of Cups is about wish fulfillment and things turning out well as well. So, well, that all sounds wonderful, doesn't it? I think it does. So pretty much that's all I have for you, my friends. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comments section. Let me know if you would like to have different topics. You can put those there as well. And then if you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. We will see you in the next one, my friends. Take care. Bye.